Chapter 3 The Foolish Boy. Once upon a time, there lived a boy in England. His name was Peter. His father had died in his childhood. Only his mother was with him. His granny lived in a small cottage not far away. One day, his mother said, "Peter, I am going to market. Go and spend the day with your granny." Peter obeyed his mother, and soon he went along the dusty path through the forest. He played in his granny's garden all the day. In the afternoon, his granny said, "Peter, take this needle to your mother carefully." On the way home, a hay cart passed by Peter. Peter put the needle in the hay and walked behind the cart. At last, he reached home, but he couldn't find the needle in the hay. "You are a foolish boy, Peter," Mother said to him. "You should have put the needle in your sleeve, not in the hay." The next week, Peter went to his granny's house again. He played there the whole day, and later his granny said, "Peter, take this knife to your mother." Peter started off for home. He remembered his mother's words. He put the knife carefully inside his sleeve. When Peter reached home, the knife was not there. It had fallen out from his sleeve. "Oh, foolish boy," said his mother, "you should have put it in your pocket." The next week, Peter played with a little puppy at his granny's house. In the afternoon, he said, "Granny, can I take this puppy home?" "Yes, but look after it carefully," said his granny. Peter stuffed the puppy into his pocket. When he took the puppy out at home, it didn't move. "Oh, what you have done, you foolish boy," cried his mother. "You told me to put it in my pocket, so I did," said Peter. After a few minutes, the puppy opened its eyes. "You are foolish, Peter," said his mother. "You should have pulled it with a string tied around its neck." Next week, Peter took the puppy back to his granny's house. Later on, his granny said, "There is a piece of meat, carry it home to your mother." Peter tied the meat with a string and dragged it along behind him. The puppy followed Peter, nibbling the piece of meat. When Peter reached home, he had no meat. "You should have wrapped it up in a piece of paper and carried the packet on your head," said his mother. Next week, Peter's granny gave him a pound of butter. Peter wrapped the butter up in a piece of paper and put the packet on his head. The butter melted in the sun. When he reached home, his mother looked at him and cried out, "What is all that yellow stuff on your head and back?" "You are a foolish boy," said his mother. His mother scolded him, but Peter was still thinking what wrong he had done.